Okay, sorry about that. My monitor died right when I went live. I had my secondary monitor up, and the battery died as soon as I went live, so I do apologize for the jankiness. It was unpredicted. As this is unpredicted, so good afternoon, people. And we're just going to be real quick into this. Now, I normally don't cover the Star Wars stuff. I really don't get too involved with it. I'm not a big fan of Star Wars, but this is interesting. So first, let me break this down to you. So this is from, let me see if I can even pull the tweet up. This is from a tweet that went live today. Let me see if I can pull up the tweet. And again, excuse me, my monitor died, so I didn't have all my links up. Okay. So I'm going to play a video. Okay, let me get the video out. So take a look at this video first. Okay? Okay, let me switch the audio source. This is a video, and this video has followed several different tweets, pretty much aligning like Voltron, like how Sly says, forming up like Voltron for creators to tell YouTube to deplatform the critics of Star Wars. So let's just see if we get this going the right way.
If we actually saw.
Okay, we're good. Okay. Now this has music. I hope I don't get dinged for this music, but we're just going to play it out.
An alarming number of users are exploiting their platforms to spread hate.
Leslie Jones was subjected to incredibly vicious attacks on Twitter.
I don't say anything I don't believe, but of course I do say things in a way that is going to elicit a response from people.
Sparking outrage, spraying vitriol at many, and helping to legitimize a movement of negativity growing on the internet.
There has been a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept and no one had even seen it.
This is what the Acolyte exists for. It's not here for story. It's not here to build the lore. For crying out loud, look at the cast right here. This cast was
I think I've heard this music before on Epidemic Sound, so I should be fine.
Made for having as little white males as.
Oh man, there you go right there. Man, They just lined themselves up for this one.
As possible in this cast.
You know, Lucasfilm, you know, the retarded Avengers assemble over there.
Oh boy, there go everyone's favorite bigot, Ryan Kinnell.
Backing each other up.
Racists do stick together.
God, look at that. They got the all-star bigot, the bigot Avengers, man. I'll slam Hills and versus Babyface and Ryan Kinnell with that too. Those other guys, maybe nerd erotic too, but everyone else, no.
He accused Jones of playing the victim.
Actress Amanda List.
I give Hills versus Babyface a 50-50. I'll be nice with him. I give him a 50-50. But definitely fuck Ryan Kinnell.
Stenberg playing the victim card.
They can do nothing other than play the victim.
Amanda Stenberg, the adult pretender.
Pathological, sociopathic, feminist liars in popular culture.
Almost like she's fucking lying through her teeth.
And it would be one thing if we actually saw some evidence of this, right? If we actually saw some of this shit she's talking about. But no, this is just gaslighting.
These are terrible, talentless people that we are instructed that we must like unless... Then the sort of subtext is, you know, if you don't like them, you're...
Wow, they redid her video and put Ryan Kinnell's face on it, man. Woo.
some kind of bigot somehow.
Terrible performance, her attitude, driving away fans, or anything like that. No, it's everyone else's fault, and they're racist, and they just hate me because I'm black. It's all... She's so vapid and narcissistic.
It is the most, like, kind of narcissistic, lack of self-awareness.
And she's still bitching about oppressors. You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch.
Woo! Oh, they got the clip! You mother... They got the clip! I am so... Let me... I hear... I think I'm peeking. They got the clip. I'm so glad they got the clip. I'm so glad they got the clip up there of Ryan Kinnell so everyone can see this shit. I'm so glad. Look at this. They got the clip up and look at the clip.
Damn life, you bitch.
Look at that. They got a Derek Chauvin George Floyd memorial.
But also,
I'm so glad they got that clip of this motherfucker, man. I'm so glad.
So every single different race of people has been enslaved and discriminated against and oppressed in some way throughout our entire history. The only people that can't get over it seems to be black people.
I am...
Ooh! Talk about a 2-minute sizzle reel.
Not a racist, though I'm frequently told that I am one. But I am in favor of oppressing whatever the fuck this is, because...
YouTube demonetize geeks and gamers, RK Outposts, and nerd erotic. Hate should not be a career path. Man. Tis. Well, anyway, let me get into the actual image. So we're going to go back to OBS. And let me go ahead and... Can't believe my monitor died on me, man. Right when I went live. That shit is ass. Anyway. So this is the actual post that was put on X. I'm going to magnify it as best as possible. I'm going to pull it up on my screen. I'm just going to read it for you real quick. Maybe I didn't have to do that. Let me see something. There we go. We could just zoom in. All right. There we go. Perfect. Man. Okay. So, dear Team YouTube, last week actor Amanda Steinberg, she/they. Oh God, she's a she and a they. All right. She/they posted candid comments to Instagram about the rampage of bigotry and vitriol that she has received since leading the cast of The Acolyte, which has been rated as the worst performing Disney Star Wars show on Disney+. The latest edition of the Star Wars universe, Steinberg's experience is not new. In fact, this known tactic was initially provoked by former Breitbart News editor Milo Yiannopoulos. Now, this guy is a character, but anyway, who aggressively targeted Ghostbuster actor Leslie Jones, that's all the way back in 2019, under the guise, 2016 maybe, under the guise of film criticism after prolonged insults after her Ghostbusters character resulted in harassment against Jones on Twitter. Yiannopoulos claimed Jones was playing the victim when she called for action against the harassment. The aggressive gaslighting of Jones' experience in Milo. We're just gonna say Milo, and Milo being banned from Twitter, and he has since returned. 8 years later, Milo playbook against marginalized actors has burgeoned into multi-million-dollar businesses on YouTube, which has been permitted to develop unchecked. Let me just check something real quick. Wait 1 second. As unchecked, with the help of YouTube's partner program, this playbook's biggest target, Star Wars. As fans of the Star Wars franchise, we have tirelessly witnessed a handful of YouTube creators continuously drive prolonged insults and harassment against marginalized actors and members of our community. Enough is enough. The Star Wars fandom demands that YouTube enforce its community guidelines against prolonged insults and and incitement of targeted harassments towards women of color by demonetizing YouTube channels Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kennel, RK Outpost, and Nerderotic. Oh boy, the shot across the bow, right? So let me just stop right there, because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull up the policy guidelines and I'm going to actually show you why this may have some steam and it may get YouTube's attention, right? Because all three of these channels are what we call habitual line steppers when it comes to the YPP community guidelines, okay? So these guys, these particular creators are consistent habitual line steppers when it comes to the policy guidelines, okay? So Nerderotic has been dinged a couple times for his racist jokes. Ryan Kennel, Geeks and Gamers. So these guys are known targets of the YPP program and their targeted harassment, okay? So let's come back. Let me just make sure. Okay, so here's the facts. In 2018, Geeks and Gamers, about 400K subscribers, encouraged harassment against Vietnamese American actor Kelly Marie Tran, leading up to Tran's departure from Instagram due to prolonged harassment. So let me break that down. So Kelly Marie Tran was the character Rose Tico from The Last Jedi, okay? Geeks and Gamers published nearly 15 videos relevant to Tran's Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi character, Rose Tico. The channel claimed that Tran's character is one of the most hideous characters of all time, the most unlikable character ever, and exists for forced diversity. Many of the comments found in Geeks and Gamers videos can be seen in hateful comments under Tran's now deleted Instagram post. So to add a little bit of context to this, Rose Tico what's going on, Club Fortune? Rose Tico was one of the most hated characters in the Last Jedi, right? They didn't like her because she was Asian. They didn't like her because she was fat. Mahler, a famous critic, made his bones, got very popular, and made his bones referring to Rose Tico as fat Asian. Okay, so he referred to her as fat Asian every time he spoke of her. Like throughout his whole entire 3-hour breakdown of the unbridled rage of Star Wars, he referred to Rose Tico as fat Asian. Okay, so very disrespectful, right? And me personally, like, if you want to make fun of the character, just make fun of the character. But what gets these guys ding is that they look at the person, they want to critique how the person looks, want to critique how the person dressed, they want to critique the person's weight, they want to make fun of their ethnicity, and that is what gets them in trouble time after time after time after time after time. So this is why we're here. This is why we're always going to be here with these people. Okay, I have no problem making fun of the character. I thought the character was stupid. It was a silly character. I thought they tossed the character on Finn because they didn't want him kissing up on Ray for obvious reasons. So it was a bunch of BS with the character. But you don't got to talk about the woman's weight and call her fat ass. Like, you don't got to do that. All right. So Geeks and Gamers champion RK Outpost, the guy who made the George Floyd joke at the Disney, always suspected nerd erotic. Yeah. The guy who made that disgusting George Floyd joke at the Disney park. A channel that frequently targets marginalized actors, including Moses Ingram, a Black American cast member from the TV series Kenobi. That was the girl. Days before Ingram called out racist backlash against her on Instagram, RK Outpost called Ingram a lunatic who can do nothing other than play the victim. RK Outpost has recently referred to Ingram's Kenobi character Riva as dumb and retarded. Yeah. And Riva was that terrible Kenobi character. Again, the character was terrible. It made no sense. It ruined a lot of the lore. But you don't have to attack the actor for playing the character, okay? Because a lot of these guys, they wouldn't be able to hold up to them jokes, man. That people will, call them, no matter how big their echo chamber is. Everyone's favorite, Geeks and Gamer and RK Outpost frequently co-host the live stream Friday Night Tights on Nerd Erotic's YouTube channel, 1.1 million subscribers, where the three channels have made a profitable business reusing prolonged insults against marginalized actors featured in Star Wars, Captain Marvel, and Lord of the Rings. Captain Marvel was absolute garbage again. Captain Marvel was trash. Captain Marvel second movie was trash. But again, they're calling the Indian girl, she's fat and unattractive. Like, if you can comment and critique the character, but you don't have to attack the actor. That's what they don't. That's what they can't. They attack the people so much that it becomes vitriolic. The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, to name a few. Yeah, Guy Ladriel and all this other nonsense. Again, Rings of Power was a terrible show. Didn't make a whole lot of sense. Looked beautiful, beautiful looking show, but it was just a terrible show. Amandala is the current target of this YouTube-based operation. Together, Geeks and Gamers, RK Outpost, and Nerd Erotic have led the charge against Amandala, even before the release of The Acolyte, producing nearly 40 videos relevant to Amandala and The Acolyte since May. These channels have asserted that Amandala is vapid and narcissistic, the adult pretender, dumb, and a half-black. Wow. I need to see the source of that one. I didn't know they said that about her. Wow, they said that? For defending herself against racism, these channels have gaslit Amandala by claiming she's playing the victim card, with RK Outpost proclaiming, "You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you." These YouTubers also use racist dog whistles, including the angry black woman stereotype. Okay, now listen. To be fair, there are some black women who do fit that stereotype and claim to that stereotype very frequently. I'm just going to say that, But anyway, the hate campaign against Amandala has been so profitable that other major YouTubers have joined the attacks on Amandala, including Star Wars Theory, 3.3 million subscribers. How many more good faith content creators will turn to profitable hate campaigns if this behavior is permitted to continue with no repercussions? AB, let's see what's going on. What's going on, Nick? AB Dub. Yeah, I'm not, the angry black woman there are women who, they fit right in with that shit. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna cap on that one. I have to, I have to be honest. Okay, I gotta be honest. So I'm not gonna lie with that one. What I gotta do is I gotta close one of these, and let's see if there's two of them. Okay, so my apologies. Let me. Again, my monitor just died before I was going live, and my backup monitor is already dead. So I got caught off guard just now with this, so just give me a second. Let me get myself situated. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing today? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, we got the second one up. We got the and now this is a post that's been retweeted by several pro Disney Star Wars accounts. So this is going viral right now. So let's come back. We got the second image up. There we go. We got the second image up. And here's the money shot, right? Let's go on and see what you guys come back to you guys in the chat. Okay, you guys are here in the chat. Like and share this out, please, if you're interested in the content. You think it's informational, because we're gonna break down the policy guidelines, and I'm gonna show you why this could be effective and why certain people should have used this tactic against content creators who they felt was producing harmful content. So let's break this down. Action required. The Star Wars fandom refuses to watch another marginalized actor or fan be singled out by prolonged racist harassment from a handful of YouTubers as a result of YouTube's inaction, which has transformed the hate into a lucrative career path. It is concerning to us that targeting marginalized actors on other social media platforms has historically resulted in platform bans, whereas the same behavior has made provocateurs millionaires on YouTube. This should be highly concerning to advertisers as well. We understand that YouTube has an important role to play in promoting free speech. However, content uploaded by Geeks and Gamers Arcade Outpost and Nerderotic is not opinion or criticism. That's arguable. I will say that is arguable. It is prolonged, targeted harassment against women of color. We urge YouTube to enforce its community guidelines and demonetize these channels immediately and permanently. Thank you. May the force be with you. Now, I think these are the same people that last year was trying to group up and promote the Acolyte, saying that we're the good Star Wars fans and something like that, right? Now, here are the links. What I want to see, I want to get the link where they called her a half black bitch, right? I want to, let's see where we, let's see, it was around 18, dumb, retarded, Okay, that's source 18. Let's see, Amanda Steinberg releases racist song. June 20th. Okay. So I don't know how to get to this. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. What you guys saying in the chat? Iron 5, what up? See over in chat room, Pete. Glad you're talking about this. Folks didn't realize the X band was test run for justifying censorship. Yeah, they the X band was testifying. Well, yeah, they still censor people to this day. Okay, they still censor people to this day. What I want to do is I want to find this video, see if we can play this video real quick, because I think she struck a lot of people that played this song. Let me see something. Mandalore. Okay, this is of course Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you know who has nice things to say about the fans? Amanda Stenberg. We've been predicting this outcome really since we first started hearing about the Acolyte, once what the focus was going to be, who Leslie Headland was focused on hiring for the show, not just to be in front of the camera, but also behind the camera. Writers who had never seen Star Wars and were hired solely because they're a black woman to give that perspective in the writing room, things like this. And as it turns out, the entire show so far has been a massive piece of shit in nearly every way. And we said it was only a matter of time before Disney Star Wars pulled out the old playbook to play victim, to use diversity as a shield. Well, what do you know? These are the type of headlines we woke up to today, Jeremy. I was laughing at this. The Acolyte star claps back at Star Wars hate in the most iconic way.
Oh my God.
This is Slay Queen, Slay. You got over here on Star Wars News Net, Amandla Stenberg responds to online racist harassment in new music video. Oh, and by the way, when they published this, look at what they put down at the bottom here. Fair criticism of the Acolyte are not at play here. Harassment and racist remarks by so-called fans are. The comments will be monitored, and those deemed abusive or harmful will be taken down. Thank you, Star Wars News Net. You're saving the world. You're saving the world. And this was the response right here from Amandla Stenberg on her Instagram. Happy Juneteenth, and to those who are flooding me with intolerable racism. Since it took me 72 hours on my laptop to make this song and video, you got 72 hours to respond, and I expect choreography. I don't think it's going to take everybody 72 hours. I think we can manage it. I think we'll be okay. You can see Daphne Keene, who plays Jackie in The Acolyte, Wokalite Unite.
Oh my God, man.
Comment.
They are so out of touch with reality.
You know who else responded, Jeremy?
Who?
So far, we noticed Daphne Keene, Jackie, Manny Jacinto, who is Chimere, the guy who a lot of people think could be Smiler Ren, who simply posted some emojis, and Christina Ariel, host of the High Republic show, who wrote I Love You So Much. And you remember Christina Ariel, right?
Yes, we
the
do.
person who was hired by Lucasfilm, me the authority to be a half black bitch. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, that's
Oh, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. We caught him. That's not what the man said. Okay, so to show you guys what I just did, I'm glad you guys are following along. So what I just did was, in YouTube, you can pull up the transcript of what people actually said in a recorded video, and you just scroll all the way down here, and you go to show transcript. All right. So what I wanted to do was, the source said that he called her a half black, female dog. What I want to do is, because I know that the word half would come up in the transcript, but not the other word. So I want to see what he actually said. So we're going to go back to 358 here, and we're going to play what he said.
Got a white dad who's rich, and that gives me the authority to be a half black bitch. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, that's what it should have been. It should have been a parody.
And so,
Oh, see, this is what we got to point out. He didn't say that. We gotta call a spade a spade. Gotta call a spade a spade. He didn't say that. The man. Okay, we gotta be fair. He did not say that. Okay, we have to be fair when we're judging these things. We cannot just say things. Okay, that's not what the man said. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull this up. And I'm going to go right to the line, and I'm going to show you guys what they said he said, and I'm going to show you what was actually said, okay? We have to be fair, okay? We cannot just say a person said things without actual context, okay? That's not right. So on the line, God, I wish my monitor didn't die on me, man. It says right here, the adult pretender, dumb. These channels have asserted that Amandla is vapid and narcissistic, the adult pretender, dumb, and a half black for defending herself. Okay, so now what we do is we drop the video, we drop the picture, we come back to the timestamp of 358, right? Now to show you guys what I did, I looked up the transcript and looked for the word half, because and the word only comes up one time at 4:01. So we're going to come all the way back to 3:51, and we're going to play the video.
A child model for the calendars. This is never someone who's been oppressed in their fucking life.
Nope.
But
not at all.
I got a white dad who's rich, and that gives me the authority to be a half black bitch. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, that's what it should have been. It should have been a parody.
And so she's talking about this right here.
Okay, so there's the clip, there's the segment in its entirety. I don't want to watch the whole video because I don't feel like watching all of this. But I just pulled up the transcript. I looked for half. I looked for how many times it comes up. It comes up one time at 4:01, and that's when he's referring to what she said. So in this picture, they said that he called her, a half black, and that's not what was said. Okay, so we got to be fair. We got to be objective. Okay, so he didn't say that. Okay, Let's continue with what else they
She's
said.
talking about the Trevor Noah interview that went viral.
And this is a video that's cited in their sources too, okay? So this is what they chose to cite.
From several years ago. And a lot of big accounts were tweeting out saying like this was her going after Star Wars fans or whatever, because she was like wanting to make white people cry was the goal. And it was talking about some other projects she was involved in.
And guess who corrected them? We did.
Yep.
You know, we did right here on this show. We made sure to let everybody know, especially a lot of these retards who don't actually watch Star Wars. They just hop on, whether it's like the political bandwagon to like get clicks or whatever. We told a lot of these retards, no, do your research. It's from 2018. Now, that doesn't mean that this isn't how she feels, that it's not valid criticism, that Lucasfilm has a history of hiring people like this, these activists for their projects. But no, it was not promoting Star Wars, but it's certainly a clip that you can still use and talk about.
Yep, absolutely. Let's continue on.
When I was a teen, I was running from city to city to speak on the story, you know the one. Always smelling like a black boy.
Oh, God.
People crying in the theaters, trying to release it. White people.
Yeah, I just want to, because this song is terrible. I don't want to hear this shit.
Lesbian Leslie Headland, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, who said she.
Okay, that's enough of that. All right, so they didn't call the girl that. He was quoting her, and then they decided to say that that's what he said. So no, we're not going for that. You know, that's not what the man said. Okay, I don't like him, but that's not what he said. All right. Now let me show you how viral this tweet is. Okay, so this is YouTubers was when I looked it up. YouTubers was trending. And this is pretty much the tweet here. So this is from okay, so this is like so many YouTubers are reposting this, right? So let's look at the negotiator. Hey, Team YouTube, you have a right-wing grift problem. And actually, you already know that because for years you have crafted a market of outrage content and still to keep people mad and tied to your platform, not caring on the real world effect it has on marginalized people, right? So if you scroll down and you see people quoting and retweeting this, oh, she's still doing YouTube? I haven't seen her in a while. She's like a gamer girl that, you know, wears leggings and stuff. Anyway, let me see. Okay, so I'm not finding what I want. Let me see if I can find. Let's just do. There we go. Molly Damon. And see, I can't even find. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. What is this? See, here's Endymion. See, look at Endymion. Dear Ubisoft, why do you hate beautiful women so much? Star Wars Outlaws could have been a hit if you just let women be women. Anyway, we're not here for that. We don't care about that right now. We don't care about that. We'll get to. That's not my bag. That is not my bag. Okay, so anyway, let me come to the YouTube policy guidelines real quick. Okay, so they highlighted the YouTube policy guidelines. So the YouTube policy guidelines, harassment and cyberbullying policies. We don't allow content that targets someone with prolonged insults or slurs based on their physical traits or protected group status. Remember when I used to break this down for you guys? Protected group status is classified as age, caste, disability, ethnicity, gender identity or expression, nationality, race, immigration status, religion, sex/gender, sexual orientation, victims of a major event or their kin, veteran status. This is for mass pew 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 events like Sandy Hook. Okay, this was put into place to protect the Sandy Hook people. Okay, coming back, if you find content that violates this policy, report it. Instructions for Club Fortune, and they have the evidence to fight against this, but most people won't do the research you do, and those particular YouTubers don't have a good approach to optics. Well, I'm gonna get into that, right? I'm gonna get into that. If you find many videos or comments that would like to report, you can report the channel for tips about how to stay safe, keep your account secure, blah 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 blah. What this policy means for you, and this was updated recently. I can't find a date. Don't post content on YouTube if it fits any descriptions noted below. You're fat, you're retarded, you can't. Yes. These attributes included protected group status, physical attributes, their statuses as a survivor of SA, non-consensual intimate imagery distribution, otherwise known as revenge porn, domestic abuse, child abuse, and more. Child content uploaded with the intent to shame, deceive, or insult a minor. This means intending to make a minor feel unpleasant emotions like distress, shame, or worthlessness, intended to trick them to behave in ways that they may harm themselves or their property, or engaging in name calling toward them. A minor is someone that is under 18 years old. Okay? So if you're messing around with someone that's under 18 years old and you say you're in a state that a minor is considered this, it doesn't matter. They treat a minor as 18 years old on YouTube. That's globally. Okay? That's a global policy. Exceptions: debates related to high profile officials or leaders, lies. Content featuring debates or discussions of topical issues concerning individuals who have positions of power, like high profile government officials or CEOs of major multinational corporations. That is a lie, because you have to be careful when discussing Kamala. Scripted performances, insults made in the context of an artistic medium such as scripted satire, stand-up comedy, music such as a diss track. Note, this exception is not a pass to harass someone to claim I was joking. Harassment, education, and or awareness. Content that features actual or simulated harassment for documentary purposes or with willing participants such as actors to combat cyberbullying or raise awareness. Monetization and other penalties. In some rare cases, we may remove content or issue other penalties when a creator repeatedly encourages abusive audience behavior, repeatedly targets, insults, and abuses an identifiable individual based on their intrinsic attributes across several uploads. Okay? Let me pay attention to that one. All right? That goes to the 15 videos that they were making about Rose Tico. Exposes an individual to risk of physical harm based on the location, based on the local, I don't know why I said location, based on the local, social, or political context. Creates content that harms the YouTube community by persistently inciting hostility between creators for personal financial gain. Okay, that means forcing people to meet up and fight for your benefit goes against this policy. All right, I'm not going to get into that. But here's an example. So we don't need to read all the examples, okay? We don't need to read all the examples. You just need to understand. I broke that down. I've covered this several times. Targeting individual and making claims they are involved, no. Targeting individual and expressing a risk for their death or serious injury. Depicting an identifiable individual being, no. Threatening someone's physical safety. This includes explicit threats like, when I see you on Saturday, I'm going to pew pew you. This also includes implying violence by making statements like, you better watch out, I'm coming for you, while brandishing a weapon. Now listen. Listen. Like I've said for many times, there are things that people do on YouTube that would simply constantly get them demonetized and constantly get them shadow banned. And if I'm just being honest, there's literally no point in me expressing or breaking down what's going on, Scoop. What's up, Scoop? there's literally no reason for me to break down or explain why it's bad. I don't care anymore. It's pointless, right? Like, if you don't know that you should not be brandishing a gun at a person and tell them that you're going to pew pew them on stream, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay? I don't know what to tell you. You aren't allowed to talk. I used to say good things and consume. And she just deleted the post. Molly just deleted the post. Molly, why you delete the post? Molly just deleted cough cough Myron Gaines. Yeah, Myron Gaines, right? You know, Myron, you know, goofy ass Myron Gaines, you know, all these people, you know, these goofy ass YouTubers and stuff, you know, they don't understand. Hi Cynical One, they don't understand what you do has consequences, right? Now I want to find this Molly woman, Molly Damon. Okay, so here's this Molly woman up, right? Molly just deleted her post in real time. She just deleted her post, right? So you can't even find it now. She just deleted it. Okay, here's her post. She blocked him actually. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a little screenshot action, and we're gonna save this, and we're just gonna save the screenshot. Okay. So who is this Molly Damon woman? 31,000 subscribers. Where is she at? Does she have no? Okay, she looked like she had an OnlyFans. Star Wars Explained YouTube. Oh, this is her channel. Okay. No, I don't want to subscribe. Let's see something.
Star Wars Outlaws has been out for a bit, so now seems like over a decade later.
She's a member of this YouTube channel then. Okay. Let's see what the Instagram talking about. We always gotta see the Instagram one time for the culture. Who's this? I recognize him. So these are your Star Wars Disney fans, pretty much, right? Again, you can critique what the person is saying. You could, like, if people would say, you know, she looks like a cat mom. Like, you can't, you can't, it's okay. It's it's giving wine mom. So we're gonna get out of there. It's giving wine mom. Anyway. I can't help myself. So anyway, I don't know honestly what can come of this. I do know that I do know for a fact that Nerderotic, Geeks and Gamers, and Arcade Outposts are constant targets of demonetization from YouTube. Okay? I really think Twitter needs to drop blue paying people as well. The quality of posting, okay. So I don't know, but what I want to point out is if you really want to organize against a group of people, right or wrong, because I think some of these people are in the wrong with some of the things they're saying on both sides and what they're alluding to. Yeah, she's giving annoying wine aunt mom vibes, right? I get it, but you know, you don't have to, and she got the, oh God, she got the, okay. All right. Okay, we gonna get out of that. We getting out of there. Yeah, we gonna leave that alone. We gotta get out of there. It's too tempting sometimes. But anyway, you have to be able to just critique what the person, like what they're presenting. Like what these guys do is that they'll look at a person, look at their picture and start calling them fat and stuff. And like, you can't do that. Right. So these tweets have probably seen like 1 million views already. And Team YouTube has actually responded to it with their bot. That's the bot that responds to things. I don't know what Team YouTube is going to do about this, right? Because I do believe a lot of YouTubers have shared this picture out. Now, I don't know who this picture actually comes from. I think it's a picture that's made in a group of YouTube creators of probably the hundreds of, or maybe close to 1,000 people, hundreds of people, and that they, have collaborated to share this image out and tag at Team YouTube. Okay, here's what I want to break down for you guys watching me now. This is what you guys should have done. This is what those ghetto YouTube people should have done to Cynthia G. All right, and I'm going to get into that. Okay. Oh man, can't call people fat now. No, you can't. You can't really be calling people fat and stuff like that. You can get yourself dinged. So this is what people should have done to Cynthia G. Right, and I've tried to explain that to people, and a lot of guys, their comprehension wasn't really all there. Okay, so they didn't really understand or comprehend what I was trying to explain to them. Right. When you have a person or a group of people who are making vitriol, you have to keep your critiques above the belt, aka, you have to keep it about the content, okay? Like for a target like the person like Cynthia G was an easy target for community guidelines violations, right? But the problem is that the people like Club Fortune said it. And what he says. And the evidence to fight against this, but most people won't do the research you do, and those particular YouTubers don't have a good approach to optics. There we go. So they don't understand the optics, right? Like when people were really disagreeing with what the woman was saying, all they had to do was to keep it about content and, work together and target the policy guidelines violations that she was doing. But no one wanted to do that. Everyone wanted to try to collect super chats and donations and to invite her on stream. Matter of fact, I even had guys say that they liked the ability to argue with her because they want to defeat her talking points, okay? So what happens is when you continue to just debate a person, instead of actually pointing out to YouTube how much of a violation their content is to the policy guidelines, YouTube will never know. There are damn near a billion people that create content on this platform. YouTube will not specifically target someone unless they do something egregious or unless you point it out in mass. What I've tried to tell guys is that you need to just simply get on page with one thing. Get on page with one thing. That one thing is she should not be making content telling people to abort black male babies. That is hate speech and it's against the policy guidelines. Okay? And the way to do it, what I was trying to tell them, and this is what exactly that this is that all you have to do is create a message outlining the videos where she has violated the policy, and all you have to do is simply make an image, share it, send a link of the video, share it, and just simply tag team YouTube. And everyone do that one thing. You're on X, you're on Twitter, send a YouTube law on her. That's all you have to do, okay? But what if it doesn't matter? Just do that. But what about it doesn't matter? Just do that. But how about it doesn't matter? Just do that. But what about it doesn't matter? Just do that. But it doesn't matter. Just do that. You see how this works, right? Again, I'm not really saying that these people that's pushing this out about the YouTube creators, I'm not really saying it's justified. I'm simply looking at the problem and solution, right? I'll just look at the problem and the solution. The problem is you have people who you feel are not creating genuine criticism. They're not. Oh, did my mic go out? Test. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just paranoid with all the tech issues I've been having. They're not offering genuine criticism of the content that is being created under the brand of Star Wars. You feel that they're being racist. You feel that they're being bigots. I'm not making an argument that what they're saying is justified. I'm not making an argument that either side is justified. I'm simply looking at the problem and the solution, okay? That's how I look at things. That's the problem. The problem is A, the solution is B. This is the solution. The point that I'm trying to make is that if you have people in any space of YouTube who you deem collectively as pretty much a problem, and the problem that they are is violating community guidelines on YouTube, then you simply have to organize and point that out to YouTube. Why won't YouTube? They need to know what's going on. You have to share it to them, and you share it to them en masse, and you consistently do it. Everyone posts the same picture one day. Everyone posts the same link another day. Everyone's retweet of the picture and image and link the next day. You have to organize with an action plan to address the problem at hand. If anything is outside of addressing the problem, it's not a solution. It's just crying, okay? You have to address the problem by taking action and addressing these things to YouTube like these people have, okay? Now, I will say, in the summary of what I just read, it is pretty damning for the fact that these are things that those three channels have been accused of consistently since Star Wars has come back on the scene. Okay, especially Geeks and Gamers and Ryan Kennel. Okay, now, do I think that YouTube will demonetize them for this? It is a 50-50, right? Because I know that YouTube is already constantly monitoring these channels because they're such big channels and critically acclaimed. So I already know that they are covered under a personal moderator that monitors their content. I'm already aware of that. I don't need anyone to confirm that for me. Okay, it's quite obvious that that's the case, right? All of these channels, Ryan Kennel, Geeks and Gamers, Nerd Erotics, Heels versus Babyface, okay, the Critical Drinker, like all of these guys are monitored by their own YouTube moderators to make sure that they keep their content, where it needs to be above the belt, right? So I already know that. So I know that those people at some way, in some form, are going to see this open letter. And they're going to see and look and research every single one of those links, okay? And when they see these videos and they're looking for what the word is saying, they'll do exactly what I did or whatever tool they have, and they'll go to the transcript and they'll look for the word and they'll see what the context of the word is, okay? That I know that's what they will do. Will that result in them getting permanently demonetized? We will have to see. I will have to see. I cannot say that that's a definite. What I can say is that 265,000 people have seen her send this out. How many people he shared it out as well? Mads, 23,000, and everyone's been reposting it. Okay, Jacob, 2,000. So everyone's retweeting this. Dan Star Wars Centralized, 41,000. Okay, so everyone is retweeting this. Okay, everyone's retweeting this original post. Now I don't know who originally put this out. I'm going to assume it's this woman. And if you look at their, she hit it, so we can't see who actually sent this out. Let's see. Let's look at him for a second. Hey, tune YouTube. Okay, so I can only do it on YouTube, I guess. So anyway, you can't. Yeah, I can't. I don't know, but I'm assuming probably almost close to 1 million people have seen this. I'm pretty sure close to 1 million people have seen this already. So a lot of people have seen this post, have seen these images, and have probably looked up this video. She has 266,000 views, so this is probably going to do 350. With like 2.2 likes. I want to see view quotes. There we go. Just leaving this here. Remember when you cheered for Gianna Carano's cancellation? Anonymously written letter backed by collective of YouTubers to demonetize other YouTubers for having a different opinion on shit. Top tier hypocrisy being served in that tweet. Also, what absolute cowards not to put a name to the statement knowing it's clear harassment. Nothing like trying to get people banned on YouTube in order to silence criticism of a TV show to make you look like a complete narcissistic villain. What an insane meltdown, all because nobody watched a show they like. What this psychotic woman is doing goes against the rules of X, needs to be reported for such violations. Abuse and harassment. X prohibits targeting individuals with content intended to harass or incite others to do so. This includes any form of coordinated attacks or campaign meant to harass or degrade others. That's arguable. That's arguable. This is targeted harassment and will be reported. Because starting a witch hunt and harassment campaign towards other creators with different opinions than yours is certainly not against YouTube policies. Actually, that is against YouTube policies as well, right? So what they're doing on X is actually against YouTube policies as well. YouTube's policies have the ability to cross over from other platforms if it leads to you bringing the drama to YouTube. One case in particular was with Black Pigeon Speaks, with his Patreon getting removed and his YouTube getting demonetized or shadow banned or something of the nature, and vice versa. A lot of these platforms, their policies, they treat their policies as cross-platform, because if you take the energy to another platform and bring the drama to their platform, they can justify that as dinging you for it. I've seen it happen, so it's not conspiracy. We used to have a dignity culture. It used to be considered pathetic to run and tell on anyone who said anything that hurt your feelings. Now we have a victimhood culture wherein this behavior is considered activism. So she's taking the brunt of, and how Fresh and Fit got kicked off of YouTube. Exactly. Cross-platform policies. Okay? That's how it works. If you go to another platform, you start shit, and that shit is linked to your content, it will come back to you on your YouTube channel. Okay? So going to Rumble and starting shit and having a YouTube won't save you from YouTube. Okay? I'm not making that up. There's plenty of examples of that. Imagine being so self-important that you try to take away people's livelihoods because they disagree with you. Okay, so I just want to I want to give my opinion. The argument that they're making is not because they disagree with them. Okay? That's the crux of their argument. My interpretation of their argument is they're outlining sort of the vitriolic and bigotry that they create by critiquing the actor. They critique the actors, and I'll use the exact words from YouTube. They critique the actors' ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, and race. Okay, and their physical attributes. They critique the actor for that, and then they place it under the role criticizing the character. Right? That is what really irks these people. That's what bothers them the most, right? Yes, they don't like it that the show got canceled and they call them racist and alt-right because of that. But the crux of what they're pointing out in this letter is that they are targeting these actors for hateful attacks against their gender, their sexual orientation, their race, ethnicity, and their physical attributes. That is what they're attacking them about. Now, there is a gray area where, yes, they're targeting them because they don't like the show, and they're calling them racist, and the other people on the other side, they don't like the show, but they also don't like the type of people that like the show, so they may attack those type of people. It goes both ways, okay? It goes both ways. There's a lot of gray area between both sides of the argument. But for people to quote this and say it's because they don't like the show, I can't 100% say that. It's not because they don't like the show entirely. A portion of it is because they don't like the show, but a lot of it is because of the target hate. And again, I have watched them critique people's physical appearance more than focusing on the character, right? We got geeks and we got the video here. Let me see if I can go all the way back and find the video. And I'm gonna play this video again for you guys. See if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. No. Okay, I can't find the video now. I didn't even bookmark it. Oh. I would actually have to play back my YouTube video to find the video. Well, let me see if I can find it on my live feed. Let's see something. Let me see. Who is this? Give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to find the video. Rewriting Ripley Pod. Okay. Let's do this. I want to show the video again for you guys so you can see. Let's see. Okay, so here's the video again. Here's the video again. Let's just play the video.
Forms to spread hate.
And this is a video that was made by Rewriting Ripley Pod. They already turned off the comments, hid the tweet, can't find the tweet or something like that. So anyway.
Leslie Jones was subjected to incredibly vicious attacks on Twitter.
I don't say anything I don't believe, but of course I do say things in a way that is going to elicit a response from people.
Sparking outrage, spraying vitriol at many, and helping to legitimize.
Was even announced when it was still just a concept.
Helping to legitimize a movement of negativity growing on the internet.
There has been a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept and no one had even seen it.
This is what.
And again, the concept sounded terrible, in the concept, the show was actually technically the Acolyte. From the inception of the Acolyte, Acolyte was actually supposed to be a movie, and it was so bad that it got pushed to the back burner, and it was supposed to be canceled because it was so bad. And then it was released as a Disney Plus exclusive. So the Acolyte was never supposed to come out because it was so bad. That's why. That's why it didn't come out as a movie, because the Acolyte was supposed to be a movie that was released. If they released this as a movie, it might have been the death of Star Wars, honestly. Like, if this came out as a movie, it would have been, it might have been the death of Star Wars, quite honestly. Because the show was probably one of the worst. The Acolyte show reminded me of the seasons of Heroes during the writer's strike. That's kind of how bad it was. It was just really bad shit.
What the Acolyte exists for. It's not here for story. It's not here to build the lore. For crying out loud, look at the cast right here. This cast was made for having as little white males as possible.
Again, this is what the people who made the letter are talking about, okay? They're talking about attacking the actors, not for the characters, but pretty much attacking their existence as people, right? They're attacking the person because she's black and she goes by they, them. Again, Jodie Turner-Smith didn't help herself because of the whole, yes, and, Star Wars is, women and this guy right here. The actors themselves don't help the cause as well. They don't have media training to not feed the flames, right? What entertainment media is doing is that they feed the flames to get the hate views, but then the hate views don't really turn out to be beneficial for the lifespan of the show, because they're not really attracting the people that want to watch the content. They're becoming argumentative with the people they want to watch the content, but then those people don't want to watch the content, and they're making content for people that they want to watch the content, but then those people don't actually watch the content. Hope that makes sense.
Possible in this cast.
Lucasfilm, the retarded Avengers assemble over there, backing each other up.
Racists do stick together.
He accused Jones of playing the victim.
Actress Amanda Stenberg playing the victim card.
They can do nothing other than play the victim.
Manla Stenberg, the adult pretender.
Pathological, sociopathic, feminist liars in popular culture.
Almost like she's fucking lying through her teeth. And it would be one thing if we actually saw some evidence of this, right? If we actually saw some of this shit she's talking about. But no, this is just gaslighting.
These are terrible, talentless people that we are instructed that we must like unless... Then the sort of subtext is, you know, if you don't like them, you're some kind of bigot somehow.
Terrible performance, her attitude, driving away fans, or anything like that. No, it's everyone else's fault, and they're racist, and they just hate me because I'm black. It's all, like... She's so vapid and narcissistic.
It is the most, like, kind of narcissistic, lack of self-awareness.
And she's still bitching about oppressors. You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch. Look at that.
Man, if anybody gets permanently demonetized, man, I hope it's Ryan Killen, man, because fuck that guy. If there's anybody that deserves that shit, it's him. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry about that. It's been a while.
They got a Derek Chauvin George Floyd memorial.
Man, with that George Floyd clip, man, I mean, I'm so glad they put that shit in there.
Awareness.
And she's still bitching about oppressors. You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch.
Look at that. They got a Derek Chauvin George Floyd memorial.
But also every single different race of people has been enslaved and discriminated against and oppressed in some way throughout our entire history. The only people that can't get over it seems to be black people.
Woo! Man, if
I am not a racist, though I'm frequently told that I am one. But I am in favor of oppressing whatever the fuck this is, because
YouTube demonetized Geeks and Gamers, Arcade Outpost, and Nerd Erotic. Hate should not be a career path. Yeah. There you go. Point blank. So I don't think I have anything else to cover on this topic. I pretty much covered everything. We will just have to see what comes of this. We just have to see what happens. I don't really think they'll immediately get demonetized or deplatformed. If they did, I would be surprised. If they did, I would be surprised. And if someone did get deplatformed, I would not be surprised if it was Nerd Erotic and Ryan Kennel. Geeks and Gamers and Ryan Kennel. Maybe not Nerd Erotic. And again, I'm not championing for anyone to lose their, their platform besides Ryan Kennel, because, fuck that guy. But anyone else, and I'm not really championing for that. But this Star Wars community, man, agreed. Hey, what's going on, real brother? The Star Wars community is really upset for the Acolyte. I don't know why they thought their show was going to get a second season. Obviously, it wasn't. It was really garbage. It was probably one of the worst shows I've ever seen. It was just so stupid. It was terrible. It was really bad, and it cost like $250 million. It's a very expensive show that was just garbage. Unbelievable stuff, right? And been here watching you work. It was a bad show. Yeah, I mean it was, bro. It was a really bad show, man. I mean the show was terrible. Every episode was like, what the fuck. I got 3 shows. Yeah, but look at what Real Brother's saying right here, right? Look at what Real Brother's saying, right? Real Brother is a black man, right? Real Brother doesn't get in all the anti-woke stuff, like, he don't get into all the anti-woke stuff. Good idea. And again, let me give you my opinion. Let me give you my opinion, right? I am tired of Star Wars because I'm so tired of the Sith versus the Jedi. I don't care. It's boring. I don't want to see any more with Luke. Like, I'm tired. It's boring. Okay? Like, I'm sorry. I don't find it interesting. But the concept that the Jedi were kind of like the gray area bad guys without being gray Jedi, I thought that was interesting. I kind of like the concept of talking more about magic and less about the Force. I thought that was interesting. I just felt that the writing was absolute dog vomit. It was horrible. It's an overdone concept, and I've been waiting for them to expand the universe. Yeah, like talk about Agroboda, like the ancient mythical force goddess that's evil, and like just talk about something else. Like I don't want to see any more Luke. Like I'm tired of that. I'm tired of just the Jedi, and then the Jedi beats the Sith, and then the Sith beat like that's boring, right? I get that. But the execution of this show was dog vomit. Like absolute garbage, right? And the thing is, what happened with the show was a lot of people like Real Brother, they didn't make it past the first episode, let alone the third episode. So the people that watched it were people like me who were just curious. Like, I'm curious to see how bad it gets. Like, She-Hulk was probably the worst show that year that I watched. I mean, She-Hulk ending was so confusingly fucking bad. It made no sense how bad She-Hulk was. Like, it was horrible. And it wasn't even funny. Right? So I watched just to see how bad it gets. But there are some people who don't have that kind of time and don't want to invest that kind of time in watching a show just to see how bad it gets. And they tuned out. That's why so many people did not watch the final episode. And you can't, and the Star Wars shills, they cannot get mad about that. You can't get mad about that. The show was garbage. Come back to you guys in the chat room. And yeah, and Star Wars Junkie, but they messed this up badly. Yeah, it was this doo-doo, man. Real Brother didn't even make it past the third episode. It's an overdone concept. Yep. It was intentionally bad. Listen to Leslie, the fister, big head. Yeah. Like they intentionally made it that bad, right? Leslie Hanna, if there was anyone, man, listen. I don't know about what's that girl? Marjorie Taylor Greene, but if there's anyone that was the queen of bad built beach, man, woo, Leslie Headland. She got the perfect name, man. God plays some funny tricks, man. Talk about Headland. Lord have mercy. She got a head on her. They will introduce the concept of World War Hulk with no context. Yeah, it's like they brought Scar in at the end of the episode. Wait a minute. That's Scar. What the fuck are you? That is Scar. That's Scar. Why would you bring Scar in? It's Scar. Yeah, She-Hulk's been retconned. So there will be no mentioning of She-Hulk going forward. So She-Hulk show has been effectively retconned. So don't worry about that. They're not even ever going to mention anything that happened in She-Hulk. If you see She-Hulk pop up in Daredevil, I'd be surprised. That'll probably be the only thing that happens. Okay. So I just want to segue why I got you guys' attention. So GameSki, Leslie's setup reminds me of Sloth from the Goon. Yo, hold on. Let me show y'all Leslie Headland, man. Let me show you Headland. Okay, this is. I know we don't want to make fun of people's physical, but we gotta y'all gotta see this woman, man. And again, this is Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. Okay, this is Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. Matter of fact, Leslie Headland, let me show you something about her. Leslie Headland used her access to put her wife in the actual show too. And her wife's characters was equally terrible. Let me just pull her. Let me see if we can get her picture up here, man. We got a bunch of pictures of her. We gotta be careful though. This is just Google, so let's just let me show you Headland. Okay, we're just gonna call her Headland. This is Leslie. Okay. Leslie, she gotta, Leslie gotta, she gotta, woo. Like, man. Lord have mercy. Like, ma'am. Look at that, man. Like, woo. That's all I'm gonna say. Man, she got a dome piece, man. This is a jawline woman right here, man. That's all I'm gonna say. You know how we talk about jawline? That's a jawline woman, man. That's all we're gonna say. That's a jawline woman. That would be like introducing Beta Ray Bill pop up and everyone talking like exactly like who died? Rich Homie Quan died? Oh, Rich Homie Quan died? I never listened to his music. I just know of him. Oh, okay. Rich Homie Quan died. Damn. Let me see something. Okay, well, R.I.P. to Rich Homie Quan. Like, I don't listen to his music, but I know of him. So she's pretty much the Gene Deal and the Harvey. I don't know who Gene Deal is, but yeah, she, she was the provider. So anyway, did my mic go out? I'm sorry, I keep asking that. It just sounds like my mic's. I'm just gonna turn it up. So anyway, while I have you guys there, I'm just gonna wrap up with this. GameSki is a YouTube tech creator that does audio equipment, and he actually sells his gear from time to time. So if you want to follow him and get a good deal on some gear that he sells often, follow him. He's a verified buyer. He's solid. He doesn't do scams. Shadow banning is definitely a thing on YouTube. My video on the Soundcore Space One Pro comes up 16th in the search list when you look them up by name on mobile. So we're gonna just look this up right here. I'm second in views, 99 positive, and most comments on the headphones, yet you have to scroll through 16 videos to find me. So again, right, like when I spoke about shadow banning, and I tried to provide as much information as possible on it consistently, shadow banning is a thing. Shadow banning is real. Shadow banning really happens. Shadow banning affects a lot of people, okay? So what he says is shadow banning my video to Soundcore Space One Pro. Let's see. Who pops up first? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. Am I sharing? What am I sharing? What I'm showing? I'm not. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, I get it now. Bodyguard for Diddy, and I will leave it at. Okay, yeah. All right. So yeah. So that's pretty much what she was. Okay, I get it too. Okay, so he's up there, but not up there. I get it. These bong hits slowing me up. Yeah, I feel you. Man, when them edibles hit, man. So anyway, this is just GameSki talking about shadow banning, and he also talks about you big YouTubers, big channels using view botting, right? So not only did someone break embargo on a pair of headphones today, the video also made me realize they were botting views, 20K views, and with 7 comments. That shit is going to catch up to them. Again, review botting, it's a dead channel already, man. And I can't really stand this guy right here, man. This guy folds like tissue paper. Oh, they're talking about Max. Oh, they're talking about Max Tech.
Right here.
They're talking about Max Tech. Where are they talking about Max? That's what it looks like. We got 5 hours ago. Ooh. These numbers ain't matching up. 1.2 million subscribers. Video was posted 5 hours ago. 3,751 views. 37 comments. Who the hell is this guy? This. So that's not Max Tech.
Right here, I have the Space One Pro.
Okay, so that's his friend. And
holy smokes,
the YouTuber said that this is a dead channel. He says that this is a dead channel. I've already covered what I wanted to talk about. I'm just looking at something real quick and showing
Soundcore's top of the line.
Kind of showing you guys how I look into things sometimes. So for reference, 5 hours ago, 1,800 views, 73,000 subscribers, 49 comments. Okay, I don't know who this is.
Soundcore has attempted to create the most
118,000 subscribers, 600 views in 4 hours, 20 comments.
This video is
Ricky Audio, 1,400 views in 5 hours, 6,800 subscribers, 21 comments. GameSki. Let's see what GameSki got going on. Let's see.
All right.
GameSki got 1,800 views in 5 hours, 40 comments. I mean, I'm being fair. If I'm being fair, it looks like everyone is pretty much on par. Looks like he's the one that's doing the better, the most. He's doing the best. We'll just simply have to see if it changes. When the video gets some more legs in the next 48 hours. Anyway, y'all. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon with me. I know this is a pop-up stream. I appreciate the likes and maybe the shares if people share that. I appreciate that as well. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know. I won't cover this again unless something else happens. I don't know if anything will happen, so I'm not gonna, hit the Star Wars content train like that. It's not my thing. But I will keep my eye on it with all the different accounts that I follow, and I will keep you up to date as it pertains to the policy guidelines, because this is where I came in on. I wanted to go over the policy guidelines and see where it fits in with that. So I think it does. I'm 50-50 if YouTube will do anything in regards to these channels. At the very least, they will tell the moderators that moderate these channels to keep an eye on them and look out for any policy violations going forward. If they do anything going forward, I do believe they will get spanked. They will catch a spanking directly if they do anything outrageous going forward. So anyway, till next time, thank you for tuning in. Stay classy out there and keep it clean and above the belt.
Dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work, se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money work, de corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz.